Next question. At what point does loyalty and what could become martyrdom for a human that you care about become outweighed with the desire to improve oneself? Put differently, loyal to be there for a loved one, teammate, employee, etc. in a tough situation or downward spiral is an important and admirable trait. But when does it go too far that one should become selfish and begin to cut those ties?
This is a question that everybody's got to deal with at some point in their life.
Yes,
and
sir, they do.
Obviously, I'm all about helping people and doing everything you can to help people out, right? That's great.
Sure.
But you got to take care of yourself first. And I think the thing that I think of is when you go on an airplane and they say, hey, if we lose pressure in the cabin, the oxygen mask is going to drop down. Right. And if you're with a child, take care of yourself first, then you can take care of your child. So what happens if you don't take care of yourself first? Then you pass out, and now your child doesn't get helped, and now you both die from lack of oxygen. Yeah. So that's sort of like life, right? If you've got somebody that's going down in a downward spiral, and you decide that you're just going to pour everything into them, well, then you're going to go down that downward spiral as well. And now you're not going to be able to help them. So I think you definitely have to you have to take care of yourself as a person so that you have the platform to take care of someone else and help someone move in the right direction. And so I don't think you can let yourself get dragged down too far. Right. Down these paths. You have to get the oxygen mask on yourself and stabilize yourself and have a platform to help other people without getting dragged down. And I'll tell you something else. By the way, oftentimes when you think you're helping someone, you're really just enabling them. And, you see that with addictive, when people are in a case of addiction, it's awful. And the people that are the loved ones that are trying to help them by saying, okay, look, I'm going to help you through. I'm going to give you a little bit more money right now, but this is the last time. And then the next week I'll give you a little bit more money. And all they're doing is buying booze or drugs or whatever addiction that they have. And it's horrible to see. And you are actually, even though you think you're helping them, you're actually hurting them. And so I think, I guess it's the big night for detachment on the podcast here, but you got to detach. You got to make sure you're not becoming emotional. You got to make sure that you're seeing the person and the situation for what it really is, not what you want it to be, but what it really is, who they really are, what they are really doing. And then when you're detached, you got to make logical decisions from that point of detachment to decide whether this person can be helped and how far you're willing to go to help them. And you got to remember, you can't be a hero to everybody. Yeah. And you can't help everybody all the time. And again, I want to help people out when they're in trouble, but you need to maintain your own stability in life so that you have a platform that you can help people. Because if you burn down your platform and you throw away your stability, not only will you not be able to help that person, but you won't be able to help anybody, including yourself eventually. Yeah.
Yeah, and you say, you want to help them without letting them drag you down too far. So that too far point is going to be different for everybody in every relationship. So I think if you kind of get a handle on that, like what is too far? What is, me being dragged down too far? Is it getting in the way of these important things in my life, Because he's talking about when do you cut those ties? That's, that means you've been dragged down too far where you got to cut those ties. So I think that's important. Some people, that's kind of their thing. They'll get dragged all the way down.
Some people are addicted to trying to help people.
Yes, exactly. Which can be fine, I think. I think if that's people's kind of thing, I think, there's all kinds of different people, and I think that it's,
I don't know if that's fine
good.
or not, because I think it drags both parties into the darkness.
Yeah, if they go all the way down, they lose some important stuff in their life, sure. Yeah. But I think
jobs,
people,
finances.
Yeah.
Stability.
But some people, they it's like that's kind of their, I don't want to say their lot in life because it sounds kind of like it's a bad thing.
It's their addiction.
Yeah, it's like their thing. They like it. So there's that. so helping versus enabling, right? So there's two kinds of like correction, and I might get the terms wrong, but it's direct help and systemic help. So direct help is like the superficial, obvious help. Like take the consideration of like giving money to a homeless person, right? Where if someone has a cup and is like, help me, give me money, basically.
I put $5 in the cup.
Right. So that's direct versus systemic. Systemic would be, okay, I'm going to contribute to a
soup kitchen.
Yeah, or even go more systemic than that. So I'm going to contribute to a program that gets people on their feet, basically giving people the tools to help themselves, right? So that's systemic. That doesn't solve the superficial problem. It's like instead of watering the leaves, you water the roots. It's that. So instead of giving money to a homeless person, which can potentially be worse, yes, because just like what enabling is, look, if I'm a homeless guy, I'm like, hey, look, I'm whatever my situation, I'm a homeless guy, I'm asking for money, I make $50 today at this corner. I'm gonna come back tomorrow and make my $50. I have no other skills. If you want to help them, what if someone came and instead of $50 or $5 or $1, whatever, they gave me some skills. However they did, I don't know, a magical pill, and it gave me some skills. I don't know, I knew how to sell real estate or something. I don't know. I'd go use those skills, and boom, then I'm helped, So, yeah, the helping versus enabling, I think you got to put it into perspective and give it a lot of thought when you help someone. And I think the people who enable people or who accidentally enable people, all that is them not putting enough thought into it, how to help them. Because a lot of times they really care, but they end up enabling them. And on top of it, which makes it more of a challenge for people enabling the people they care about, is they get a payoff from giving them, whatever it is they give them, or lying for them, or doing this other stuff. It's like I helped them for that day, so it gives them that payoff.
A little feel good.
Yeah, I helped them that day. I gave oh man, he's so nice. He gave that homeless guy, $5. Oh dang, everyone's giving change. He's over here giving them $5. When really, I'm not saying all the time, but potentially you could have basically just made that corner more valuable for him to work. Potentially. I'm saying all the time. So like I said, I think something that would help is put in the thought with how you want to help. So if you can help systemically, that's the way to help.
Better.
It's a better way to help, in my opinion.